General Secretary and President Tô Lâm begins state visit to Mongolia, Ireland, France.
Hezbollah's leadership, nearly decimated by Israel.
Dinging nettle hammocks, typical product of the Tho ethnic group.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Zhang, your host. Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm and a high-ranking delegation left Hanoi on September the 30th morning for state visits to Mongolia, Ireland, attendance at the 19th Francophonie Summit, and an official visit to France from September the 30th to October the 7th.
The top leaders' state visits to Mongolia, Ireland, attendance at the 19th Francophonie Summit and official visit to France once more affirm Vietnam's foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, multilateralization and diversification of relations, and proactive international integration. The visits also reflect the importance that the Vietnamese party and state attach to the traditional friendship with Mongolia, the friendship and multifaceted cooperation with Ireland and the strategic partnership with France, as well as Vietnam's wish to upgrade and deepen cooperative frameworks in alignment with the new situations in and interests of the countries.
More than 10 senior Hezbollah military commanders have been killed in Israeli airstrikes in recent weeks.
Israeli Foreign Ministry released a diagram of what it said was Hezbollah's military chain of command. All of the 18 high-ranking members, including Nasrallah and Ali Karaki, commander of Hezbollah's southern front and head of several units, are said to have been eliminated. A separate post by Israel Defense Forces, IDF, listed 11 senior Hezbollah members, 10 of whom were also described as eliminated. Only Abu Ali Raida, the commander of the Badr unit, has survived so far. Two additional names, Ibrahim Mohammed Qabisi, the commander of Hezbollah's rocket and missile force, and Hussein Shraour, the head of the aerial command, both of whom are also presumed dead.
Former President Donald Trump continues to escalate his personal attacks against Kamala Harris, calling for the vice president to be impeached and prosecuted at Pennsylvania rally.
Throughout his campaign rally speech in Erie, Pennsylvania, on Sunday, Trump said Harris should be disqualified from running for president, resign from office and be investigated at the highest level. Mr. Trump made the above statement when presenting the massive wave of immigration at the US-Mexico border. Previously, Harris visited the US-Mexico border on Friday, her first trip there in more than 3 years. Harris called for tougher security measures and criticized Trump for his role earlier this year in tanking a bipartisan bill that was the result of months of negotiations. Harris's trip and Trump's continued comments on border security come as immigration continues to be a top issue for many voters ahead of the election.
Coming up next are some updated news.
According to Chinese customs, in the first 8 months of this year, the country imported more than 2.8 million tons of seafood, worth nearly 11.4 billion United States dollars. Vietnam is the third largest supplier to this market. While China reduced imports from Ecuador and India, seafood products from Vietnam grew positively. Accordingly, Vietnam's seafood exports to China in the past 8 months reached over 1 billion United States dollars, up 17% over the same period. Pangasius and white leg shrimp are the two main products, with revenue reaching 350 million and 180 million United States dollars. Other products such as lobster, crab, snails, and clams to China also increased sharply.
The Vietnamese team has won a first prize at the Asia-Pacific Seeds for the Future Tech for Good competition organized by Huawei Group in Shenzhen, China, with the Skynet project which supports the search for flood victims. With this result, it will advance to the Tech for Good global competition next year. The Vietnamese team comprises 6 students from 4 leading universities in Vietnam. They will continue to compete with 24 teams from 24 other countries in the region. After 2 consecutive rounds, the Vietnamese team won the first prize with the Skynet project, which was devised based on the context of Super Typhoon Yagi that just caused economic damage of $2 billion to Vietnam.
The Miss Multicultural World Contest officially started on September 26, 2024 and will last until June 29 next year. It is expected that 50 contestants from many countries and territories will participate. From June 22 to 29, 2025, excellent contestants representing the countries will officially enter the contest with many activities in Vietnam. The contestants worldwide will come and take part in many sidelines activities in Vietnam, such as visiting spots of sightseeing and joining volunteer activities in Hanoi, Quang Ninh, Ninh Bình provinces. Its grand finale is slated for June 29, 2025 in Hanoi with the competitions of Vietnamese áo đai, national costumes of various countries, evening gowns, and behavior. This is the first time Vietnam owns the copyright of an international beauty pageant initiated by Vietnamese people.
Moving on to today's story. When mentioning to the traditional occupations of ethnic minorities in Western Nghệ An, the Thai ethnic group is famous for brocade weaving profession. The Mông people have the blacksmithing profession, the Khmer people have the weaving profession, and the Tô people have hammock weaving craft. This traditional craft not only brings income to the people, but is helped preserve intangible cultural values of the Tô people.
For Tô women, weaving nettle hammocks is similar to weaving of Thai women. From a young age, the girls watched the grandmothers and mothers weave hammocks and then learned by themselves. During their free time, they meticulously work with each hemp thread.
Weaving hammocks is a traditional craft. Now a cooperative has been established to preserve it. If there is time, it takes 15 to 20 days to finish one nettle hammock. If not, it takes more than 1 month.
With completely natural materials, the production process is elaborate, from the skilled hands of the Tô ethnic artisans. Each GI Xuan hemp hammock currently costs from 1 to 1.5 million Vietnamese dongs. With more special hammocks, made to order, the price is even higher. However, currently only older women are passionate about this job. Fewer and fewer young people know how to weave hammocks.
I hope that the younger generation will learn to weave nettle hammocks, so that they can pass on the traditional craft for the later generation.
Facing the risk of losing the traditional craft, the Women's Union of Tan Kỳ District has coordinated with departments and branches to replicate the model and find a consumer market. While preserving the unique cultural identity of the Tô ethnic group, it also effectively promotes the potential of the land, helping to solve the problem of employment for local workers, especially women and the elderly, and increasing income for the people.
Currently, the local women's union is promoting people to grow hemp in their gardens to ensure raw materials, while preserving the traditional craft, increasing income.
The traditional weaving hammocks craft is preserved, not only for its material value but also to honor the national culture. In the villages of the Tô people, the women and mothers persevere in the belief that the hemp hammock is a symbol of the perseverance and talent of Tô women. They are determined to continue to preserve and develop the hammock weaving craft, for the precious traditional craft future.
It's time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.